Hi, it's the Rawesome Vegan Gal here, and today I'm doing another video for a brand called Tasty Bite. I've done a lot of videos for them, so you can check that out on my channel, and I will have a link below to their website, so you can check out all they offer. And they have actually updated their packaging, but I still have the old packaging. But in the video for the picture, I show the what the new packaging looks like, because sometimes what happens when they change things over and then you don't recognize it, you think they're not there anymore. That's what happens sometimes. Okay, so this is for their organic brown rice and lentils, and it says here it's brown rice with savory lentils and spices. So this is what the package looks like if you've never seen it. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, and also what I like to do usually is I'm going to taste it as is because it's seasoned, but I like to, quote, dress up the what they have here with other things, other vegetables, seasonings, so I add to it. So that's why I say I dress it up. Okay, so this is an 8.8 ounce package. It's USDA organic, non-GMO, project verified. It is also, kosher, 100% whole grain, gluten-free, vegan. They say for heating, gently squeeze pouch to separate the rice. And I always say, like in the video when I've done it before, because I'm not going to be heating it, I'm just going to be using it as is, because it is pre-prepared, meaning it's like pre-cooked already. So I always tell people to make sure you push down the ingredients that's on the top, because when you tear it open, the stuff will come flying out if you don't. So, push it down like that so it's not up above. And this is great also for traveling because it's not perishable. But once it's opened, it would need to be refrigerated if you're going to use it. But if you want to travel with just something like this, this is nice to use. So, and then you can check out online as far as how to prepare it if you want to heat it up and everything. So nutritional information is 220 calories for the cup and 390 for the pouch. So if you're looking for a good meal, plus if you add other things to it, it'll add some more calories if you want. Let's see, it's got 4 grams of protein for the cup, 6 for the pouch, 6 calcium, 10, so it's like cup and pouch. So 6 and 10 for the calcium. Iron is 15 and 25, so it's got a lot of iron. Potassium is 2 and 4. So it's got quite a bit of iron and also some calcium. So what's in here is water, whole grain brown rice, brown lentils, apple cider vinegar, sunflower oil, dried onion, salt, dried garlic, white pepper, chili peppers, natural coriander flavor, dried ginger, and guar gum. So it's a little maybe spicier. So we'll see how I do, because I'm not big on like a lot of spices. But I'll try it out. And also the pouch. The pouch is BPA free. Also, in case you need to know, this product has been processed in a facility that also processes peanuts, tree nuts, wheat, dairy, and soy. Sorry for that slip up. So in case that's an issue for you to know beforehand. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up now. I pushed it down. This rice, this one seems pretty separated. Sometimes when you get the pouches, they're kind of more stuck together, but also because if it's just the plain rice, then it's more dry and kind of lumpy but clumpy. But this has other ingredients, so it's not the same. So, and I'm going to open that up and take a taste. And then on the bottom, I could show you, this is kind of what you can see, some of the ingredients on the bottom. So I have a bowl here, so when I prepare it, I'm going to put some in and then add the other ingredients that I'm going to use. So go ahead and tear this open. Oops, you see some did fall out already. I didn't heed my own advice, so there you go. Not too much, but I should have pushed it down more. Another idea would be then is to kind of open it up very gingerly, like a little at the end, and then kind of let it settle down into the bag. Okay, so now it's okay. Now I'm going to open up this bag, and I could smell it. And I see the lentils and the rice. I smell, so it doesn't smell too strong. Let me get a spoon here. I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste first, just to see what I think. I definitely can taste the spice as well. It's a little bit strong, not super strong. I know they have other... Ooh, now I get it. It's got an after bite, as we say. So I get the spice kick a little bit later, after I chew it. So it is a little strong, but I'm going to add other things, so hopefully it balances it out. So if this is like something that's strong for you, a good thing that would balance it out is using things like coconut flour, even though it sounds weird to put flour in here, but it'll absorb some of the heat probably. So it is a little bit more strong for me, although the package doesn't say that it's, because sometimes they have at the bottom here, like mild or spicy, but it doesn't say that. It's not overbearing, but it's a little strong for me. So I'm just going to put some in here. And they say apple cider vinegar, but I don't seem to taste it so much as far as the flavor. So I might add some other of my own vinegar as well. I have actually coconut vinegar, so I think I might add that. I wasn't going to, but now I don't really taste it much unless, usually sometimes liquids settle to the bottom, but I don't see anything. So I'm putting some in here. I'm not going to use the whole pouch right now, but I probably will eat it later. So I put in I'll show you how much I put in. That's how much I put in the bowl. Kind of, I don't know, it's not that much of the bowl if you could see how tall it is. So just put some of that in. And then I'm first going to start with the seasonings and then do the other stuff. So I am going to use some, and then what I'll do is I'll include all the products that I'm going to be using in addition to this. I'll also put the information down below the video. So if you want to look at it, check it out. So you have to shake this up so it settles. If you want to try some of these other ingredients, you can. So this is organic coconut vinegar with the mother from Dynamic Health. So I'm just going to sprinkle some into the bowl right here. And if you like things a little bit stronger as far as vinegar, it'll get a vinegary taste. So you might want to first put a little bit in, mix it up, and then try it. But it is going to have other ingredients, so it might be okay just the way it is. Okay, then I'm also going to add some coconut aminos, organic, from Coconut Secret, and that also needs to be shaken up because it tends to settle. Okay, put some of that into the bowl. Just, to your liking, but, don't start off with too much. Just do a little at a time to see if it works for you. Then I'm also going to add some kelp powder. This is not the container it came in. I just put it in here. And it's from a brand called Mountain Rose Herbs. They sell it in a bigger bag, and then you can transfer it. So I'm going to put some kelp powder. So this is seaweed powder, which is good for you, too. It's got minerals. So I'm just going to sprinkle some like this. Not too much, just to give it a little, even though it has salt in here, I like, I didn't mention the sodium content. It is higher in sodium, if that's an issue for you. It's 21% for the cup, and then 37% for the pouch, but it's 480 milligrams, just so you know the difference. So you have to calculate that online. Look that up. Because people think when they see that number, that percentage, some people think like, whoa, it's too much. But it's not as much as you think, but it is more than like a lot of other products would carry. Maybe they'd be like here I have this tomatoes, they're like 1%, that's 25 milligrams as opposed to 400 and then 800. So you still have to, if you are concerned about that, you would want to figure that in your accounting of it. And I don't know how many days you could leave this once it's opened in the fridge to use it, because maybe you could actually, instead of making it into like, I don't know how many servings it says per cup. So there's actually 8.8 ounces. 8 ounces is a cup. That's why. So it's not much. So if you split it up into smaller portions, maybe that wouldn't be as bad for you, if that's something you'd want to do. Okay, then next, I have some Nutritional yeast flakes. These are organic from Shiloh Farms. It comes in this resealable pouch. And I mentioned before in another video, too, that I put it, I'm just going to show it to you while I'm doing it, that I actually keep it in the freezer because it tends to clump up. Because I had it in a shaker container before, and it was just getting all clumpy, so it works out better this way. So I just poured a little out on here, maybe a tablespoon or two. Then I also have here some organic coconut, unsweetened, shredded, from a brand called Now, or Now, they go by Now Foods. Also a resealable package. I keep this as well in the freezer, just for freshness too. So I'm just going to sprinkle some on the rice in here. Again, maybe like a tablespoon or so. Depends on on what you like personally. And this has a really nice smell because the coconut has a sweeter smell, although there's no sugar added to it. Okay, and then finally for the other last thing I'm going to put on before the vegetables is I have golden flaxseed meal. This is from Bob's Red Mill. This is a large bag that I got. It's a 32 ounce or 2 pound bag, and it's nice too. It's resealable, and I also keep this in the freezer for freshness. So let's see, I'm going to try to pick this up too so you can see. I'm pouring in also probably about a tablespoon or so. Yeah, flaxseed has a lot of good nutritional benefits, so you might want to look into that as well. So I'm just going to close that up. Now what I'm going to do before I add the vegetables, and then I also have something else to add, I'm actually going to mix it up with my spoon here, and just give it a taste to see what I think as is before I add everything else. So just mixing it up like that. And giving it a little taste. I like it with the, I can taste the, excuse me, the coconut vinegar. It's not super strong, but it gives it a little more, I like it, a little more moisture to the ingredients. I like that addition. But yeah, it tastes good. I still taste the spices. It's still quite spicy, but I think I can manage. So now I'm going to add some celery. Just going to take part of the celery that I have here and cut it up right into the bowl. And everything's already been pre-washed. Take this piece off here. Okay. And I'm just going to cut it up just like that. It's a smaller piece, so I'm just going to put it up. Or you also can, you know, if you want to cut it down the long way here and slice it to make smaller pieces. So it seems like you have more, it's just you're making them smaller. And then again, when you make anything like with these pouches, the sky's really the limit what you like to add, what kind of seasonings, what kind of vegetables, what kind of herbs, dry, fresh, you know, all the other stuff that I mentioned. But you can really do whatever you choose to do. Then I have some pepper here. I have it already cut because I've used it. This is an orange bell pepper. So I'm going to cut some pieces here and add that as well. So also it's nice because there's not much color to the dish the way it is. So adding color is also eye appealing as well. So I'm just going to cut a couple of slices here the long way like this. And add that to the dish. And colors, too, is not just about eye appeal. In case you don't know, colors of the rainbow have beneficial things, too, different antioxidants and stuff. You can look that up online. I think I once did a video on colors of the rainbow, so I may add that, if I could find that, in my collection. So, yeah, because that's also an important thing. The darker colors have different antioxidants and different things that are good for the body. And the reds and the purples and the, you know, just different things like that. So you might want to check that out yourself to try to vary your you know, vegetables and stuff that you eat. So I'm just adding that. So now I have the pepper and the celery in there. So now it's starting to look a little prettier as far as color. So there we go. And then I'm going to add, I mentioned, I think I did this in a different video, a dry farm tomato. It's right now, they're still in season. And I grabbed them up so that I saw them. They're really good. If you ever have tried them, you know what they taste like. If you haven't, I recommend them if you can still get them in the stores. And I got it at Whole Foods, so I don't know if other stores have them, which health food stores. So I've never seen them in Sprouts, so I don't think that they have them. So I'm just going to do half of this tomato and then cut it. I cut it in like a quarter, and then I'm just going to cut it like this in pieces right into the bowl. And if you like some like gently steamed vegetables, cabbage is nice, and especially purple cabbage because that's also higher in antioxidants. You know, just gently steamed, if you don't like it raw. Or carrots. I mean, like I said, the ideas there's endless ideas of what you can actually do. So like I said, it's starting to look prettier, like I say, because I've added more color to it. Okay, and then I'm going to add something you might not have ever heard of. Again, I think I did use this in another video. It's called Yacon Root. You might have never seen it before because it's not available in the stores. I got it at the farm where I've shopped at. So if you can find it, it's great. It's similar to jicama in that it's a prebiotic in the body. Means it's actually helps feed the probiotics, and it's also been used to make a syrup that's great for people who have glycemic issues or diabetic because it's not sugar but it is sweet. And it has a very juicy flavor. So on the outside, it looks like this. But on the inside, I'm just trying to wipe this off from the tomato. I probably should have done that first. The inside is actually white, like jicama. So I'm going to use probably half of this, but maybe just a quarter for this bowl to show you. So that's what it looks like on the inside. And you don't eat the skin. You peel that off. So I'm going to peel that off here. And I wanted to just show it to you whole, so that you see what it looks like. But you could look that up online too and see if there's any, like I say, I don't know that there's any place you can actually get it, or maybe you can grow it yourself. That's also an option. But it is really good. And I think it's only available where I got it. It's just, I think, more in the summertime. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it the long way and then just make little pieces right into the bowl like that. Just like that. And then I have one last vegetable to add as soon as I'm done with this. Okay, and then I have a zucchini, but it's a different type of zucchini. It's a little older right now. I had it in the fridge for a while. So I don't know if you've ever seen this kind of zucchini, and I forgot the name of it. I may have to look up online what the name of it is. It's not the traditional one you see in most health food stores, unless it's like a more kind of unique kind of local health food store that carries from farms that, you know, grow not the traditional vegetables that you normally see. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this. I think I'm going to cut it the long way, just to show you. It just looks like a regular zucchini. See, it just looks like a regular zucchini, but it has a name that I can't remember right now. So so I'm just cutting the half of it the long way, and again the long way, and then just cutting pieces into the bowl, just like that. Yeah, I can still taste, it's not very strong, but I can taste the little spiciness, but it's not overbearing for me. You know, sometimes it would make me sweat, so it's not to that level. For me, that's good. So here's what it looks like so far. Looks pretty now. And then the last thing I'm going to add is the that I really like from Eden is their organic crushed tomatoes, no salt added. It's an heirloom variety. It comes in a 1 pound 9 ounce jar, and it's also amber colored to protect it from the light. And it uses Italian preferred heirloom Roma and Napoli tomatoes. It's only tomatoes, tomato puree, and that's it. Tomato puree is made with the water and the tomato paste. So it's really nice as an alternative to like a tomato sauce or pasta sauce, because this is just the tomatoes and nothing else added. So meaning you can just add your own things to it. You don't have to, quote, be married to what is in a jar that you don't want to have. Maybe it has oils, maybe it has vinegar, maybe it has spices you don't like to use. So like this, you can actually create from this your own. And it is thick. It's not watery like, you know, you'd think, you know, it might be watery because it's crushed tomatoes, but it does have a nice thickness to it. It is a little more watery than maybe a tomato paste would be, but so I'm going to use a wooden spoon, and the reason I use wooden spoon, I mentioned this, I think I used this in a different video, is because the tomatoes tend to stain, and so if you use like a lighter color, like this is, you know, I'll probably eat with this spoon once I'm done putting that in. It'll stain it, so with wood it doesn't do that, so that's why I prefer to use that as opposed to a regular, or I mean if you use metal, I don't use any metal, so I prefer to not use metal on my food. So I'm just going to take a couple of spoonfuls of this, a couple of nice big spoonfuls, and then mix that in. And I'm going to actually, I might want more, but that's okay. I can mix it. Maybe I'll get one more spoonful here, just to be sure. Okay? Because I don't want to use the other spoon, like I said. So I can always I have more wooden spoons. So now what I'm going to do is mix this in. And again, this adds also a little bit of more moisture to the dish, because it was more dry in the package. Not as dry as the plain rice, but so yeah, this more has a tomato look, and you can see the vegetables. I mean, you could add sprouts. Like I said, it's endless what, you know, fresh herbs that you like. If you like parsley and dill and basil and cilantro, there's just so many different things you could add to this. So here's what it looks like. I think that looks pretty nice, and I'm going to give it a taste, see what I think. It definitely balances it out to add the tomato, and as far as the heat, because I'm not tasting it now as much as far as the spicy. I have a little, but not as much as the initial taste. So this is really good. So hopefully you'll try this out for yourself. This is the Tasty Bite Organic Brown Rice and Lentils. And I thank you for watching. It's the Rawesome Vegan Gal.